coach. The Netherlands, well, it's the same team as we've seen for large proportions of this competition. Starting places. Yvonne Bellin, the middle striker, 93 points so far. Marat Augustine-Rughaus, the wing spiker, the captain who's playing in Bucharest next year. Juliet Rughaus has really impressed. Lunica Sloci's ambush. Laura Deitner just left. And Kirsten Nick is the libero. So we are all set and ready. Jamie Morrison, the head coach. It will be a big, big day for Morrison. He is going places where he hasn't been before as the head coach. The assistants to the likes of Hugh McCutcheon, Karch Karai and Giovanni Guidetti, but now is his time. A well-respected coach who is going places in this sport for a long, long time. That man Terzic wasn't present at the press conference yesterday, keeping everything quiet for his own personal reasons. This is a repeat of the European final in Baku last year, this time last year to be exact. The first point goes to the Netherlands. That European final was won by Serbia, but really through Boskovic. This is a different time, it's a different place. We're in a different continent. Mihailovic gets underway. Lots of talk pre-game from Morrison, as Terzic has been so quiet, but Morrison is targeting the service of the Netherlands, as he always does, to try and put Serbia under pressure. Bolkestein loves swinging angle. There's two in the block, as Boskovic, who also loves swinging angle, gets her first point of this World Championship semi-final. Out's the call, good communication. Mihailovic, for as many as she will score on the front court, will also leak some errors as well. One of the prodigies from this competition, Juliet Lehus, who's replaced the irreplaceable, previously thought irreplaceable Robin de Cruyff for this competition. Boskovic unleashing again. Three in the block. Something we saw in training yesterday actually was the ability to try and stop Boskovic by getting three in the block. The Netherlands don't choose to do that every time, but they're working to try and take all angles away from Boskovic, but just as strong. The outside spiker, Lonica Sloci's from the Netherlands. Just two in the block, angle is open, she takes it really nicely. Once again, serving the front court receiver. They're letting Boskovic have the ball. They really are. Seeing if they can defend around it. Morrison pre-match just said they get 50 to 60% of the ball to Boskovic. They have to find a way to counter her. Bolkestein, not the biggest on the wings, but she's stable. She's consistent, and she loves to play quick. That fast ball enables her to take the ball wherever she likes, early or late. Early to the angle, late to the line. Front court receiver Boucher is getting every single bit of service pressure. Why? Because she struggled in the pass. Boskovic just works the ball off the hands. Using the slide to open up the net once again. Mihailovic getting tippy, but is very good from near. And then slow chase, firing high. Challenge is coming from somewhere. Patty Rolf gives a decision to Serbia. High stakes, high pressure today for both sides. It's a wonderful pass from Bolkesteiner, the leader of this team in many ways. The more that she can score, tooling Boskovic, the less pressure there will be on everybody else. One-on-one. The outside spiker just signed for Bucharest. Will be playing with the Japanese setter Toshiro and Inui in a fast-paced game. Serbia go to the outside and they're flourishing again in that department. Good middle work. Weitmer gets sucked in by the great middle work. Velchkovic means there's no one blocking Busa. Quick plays back to the outside. Ambrish is dug by Mihailovic, but now she's out the pass. Boskovic on the 10 though. Just works off the body so nicely. First battle at the net. Weitmer shoves the ball through the hands. Good defense from Slochez. Staying still and just taking everything that Boskovic has. Out again, but they're serving with venom. Serbia, they still have 8 of their Olympic 2016 squad remaining. Similar 6 playing most of the time, while Busa now in for Milicevic. 10 of the European Championship squad from last year. Slow chase is blocked, it's good from Rasic. We go to the technical timeout. Rasic is looking through the net, and she's doing a great job of just spotting Slochez. She could go on the 10 here, could go through the pipe. She goes on the pipe to just hold the middle. Rasic is waiting. The middle blocker, or the middle spiker for the Netherlands, has gone the reverse to try and take Rasic with her. No chance. Rasic is alert, she's alive, she stays on, the Netherlands' top scorer. That's a big scalp early on. This time last year, there was no Olga Jenovic from Serbia. Zigovic sets. She's played at times throughout this competition, but Tersic's main setter on Jenovic. Milicevic played that day as well, and Stevanovic. So 3 starters from that game starting today. It's a great swing on the right side, staying away from Slochez. This time they go back to Belin. Slide attacks, losing the middle blocker this time. Rasic holding the middle, and that's just good work from the Netherlands. Using the pipe at least means they get one-on-one on the outside the next play. Talking of that European Championships, this is pretty much the same Netherlands team, which is a good thing for them, that lost to Serbia last year, apart from the Cruyff playing instead of Lohus or Koolhaus, who's also played in the middle. Robin de Cruyff missing due to meniscus injury. Seams in the block. Slochez will make the most of that if Rasic can't get out quick enough. She started well blocking the middle, but suffering when it comes to getting out and sealing the gaps in the block. Service pressure from the Netherlands. Well, you can see what they're trying to do. Chase is on once again. Mihailovic, lots of pressure falls on her head today, really, because if the Netherlands do find a way to stop Boskovic, there's one back off of her. They will have to spread the net a little bit more, Serbia. And here's the first change. It's very early in the game, but Celeste Plack, who played a starring role against the USA in what was one of the most entertaining matches of this competition. It's another miss-serve out the back. They'll be okay. Maybe that's a sign of nerves for the Netherlands. Serving pressure, serving a skill where you're really left to your own devices and where the psychological demons can slip in. Bump setting, over the top goes Plack. Good recovery work from Serbia. Chance on the turn, out of system, so Plack has to go again. Can't really get a full approach on it, but she manages to work the ball through the block. Back to Boskovic, and that's why Plack's on, to try and do a job as well on the front court to stop the boss. Blockers watching purely the spiker to judge their line and timing. Service pressure from Serbia, 4-point lead. Boskovic scoring from the back and the front. A long way to go in this game. But Boskovic has started. As we've seen her so many times. Timeouts from the Netherlands.
You might not be approaching, that's fine. We're just sitting here and pass, get a low going right here. Let's go.
Gledajte u varijantama, ako nije baš 100%, ono što smo stalno pričali, svoj najbolji set, šta pa ova druga ne može da izdaniš. Onda ću mnogo tamo, ovdje imaš onda veliki prostor, između ova levoruka i ubaci prostor.
Serbia have had the slightly more advantageous starts, but it's a marathon. Good timeout from Morrison, disrupting the rhythm of Boskovic. Boskovic, who will be playing in Istanbul again this year. Monica Slochez will be playing just across the road at the Cliff Bank, but Veljkovic getting across, sealing the gaps and pressing. Good middle work from Serbia. They just produce world-class middles in both the men's and the women's form of the game. Fast passing, fast play, but the defense sitting very high is Bianca Busha. Volkerstein with a great platform to the target, the widest set, penetrating the gap between the two blockers. And yesterday in training, saw Jamie Morrison actually banging balls himself. Technical timeout 16-12. But Morrison was asking for faster setting to the middles, especially on that wider set, so the hitters could hit towards position one. It's also working a lot on blocking.
Slobodno malo isprati. Majo, rekli smo slušaj, ili u dva. Ja sam zaba, moraš da pomogneš, pa po cenu toga da digne u 4, neka digne, nije ništa pravo. Ajde, ti.
still a 4-point gap. But the Netherlands just don't know when they are beaten, and that's something that the coaching staff have spoken about and the press, that the Netherlands of old would not have come back from 2-0 down against the USA last week in Nagoya to win 3-2 in the fashion that they did. There's something about the Netherlands side that has been built here. Back to the middle, it's the same play, but this time Boskovic is just sitting there waiting for it. Sweeping around, Bolkesteiner doing a good job in defense as well. It goes! And Bush with the hammer to the line. They're picking on Boskovic on the backcourt, that's for sure. Faces cross, rolls to the line pretty fast. Slightly out of system. Lena Rasic. Credit where it's due here for Rasic, because the ball isn't quite in the slot, but the accuracy and the height that she takes it. Nohus nowhere near getting out. Bolkestein once again passing fast. The speed from the Netherlands is good. When you see them struggling, it's usually because the pass isn't in a good spot. Deitner setting darts to the outside. Super rapid slope chase, wrapping away from the body. Flying here. Now they're still at 3, but Sloches on the front court. Mihailovic. Aggressive. Dynamic. And the fast arm that then just delays at the last minute. It's a wonderful tip. Put that in the textbook. Calling the outside hand. It's an impressive thing about she can go multiple directions at different speeds. Good passing from Serbia. Middle's back in. Netherlands have potentially missed too many serves. I've just taken the gas off of it. Rasic finding gaps between the middle and the outside blocker. Here she comes. Before today, just 6 points. Sorry, 8 points behind Paola Egonu at the top of the charts. They know Busha is potentially the link that they go after in the block and in the serve as well. Here's Busha, who has to pass, but she's doing an okay job of it. It's not perfect, but when you've got Boskovic, it doesn't always have to be. The heart always there from the Netherlands, but Boskovic again hits Serbia out of so many problems. Hype attack, they know they love to run that play. Back again, through Bush. Strong. Drawing the ball to position 1. Body weight going through the ball. Boskovic having to play a lot of D at the moment. Velchkovic sticking with the slide attack, looking for Sloches. That's all they're doing. They're trying to stop Netherlands opposite spiker. The middle's just pinching to the left. That's okay, says Dijkma. We'll play to the back center and we'll attack through there. Foot fault is the challenge. Hawkeye comes to the party for the first time. Service substitution. Jasper in for Volkerstein Brutos, whose husband is a double Olympic hockey player. There's one back for the Netherlands. Their target, Bianca Buscher, has responded well today until then. Timeout Serbia. Good substitution, she's smiling. The first time Serbia are not having it all their own way.
Nemoj da ulaziš napred, ostajemo na istoj poziciji mekano, za eventualno kraće lopte, za ove oštre samo na vreme da zagradimo i da je damo viz. Sve ok. Hajde.
Jamie Morrison speaking before the game. He's asked his team and himself to treat everything the same, point to point. There's no game bigger than another. Sleeping though in the backcourt. Ognjenovic with a good disguise. Buscher managing to get the ball in. Just a little left-handed swat. Morrison also speaking about the bigger matches are becoming normal for his team, and they have to treat them as a normality. The more of a pedestal you put these games on, the more pressure you put yourself under as well. Volkerstein playing defense to the left. Slochez can only tip straight to the defense. Off the body goes Mihailovic. That's a great timeout from Terzic. It's really swung the game again. Ognjenovic setting fast the outsides. Height over the drifting block by the looks of it. Drifting means you lose your height. Playing Serbia, that's one thing you just don't need to lose.
They're forced to 18, but to make sure we're in a good spot. One side out, right here. Let's go.
Last push here for Serbia. Volkerstein out of system. It's a crushing angle, gnarly and steep. No line there for Bellion, but no bother either when you can hit that sharp. No middle blocker. They're looking after other spikers. Ognjenovic, sublime, down on one knee, still manages to put the ball in the path of Veljkovic. Calm, casual, and consistent from Serbia. Augustine once again targeted. Second touch this time from Beitmer. Doesn't have the success of the one from Serbia, but they get a second chance on the free ball. Dug again from Serbia. 2 to win this first set and stake a big claim for their first World Championship final. Slochez though, on the inside 10. Does a little bit of magic for herself, working back to the line. A little bit of luck. Splits in the block, hitting seams through the net bands. They're still in this game. Busha, yet again the target. Nick, off balance, but does well to keep the ball alive. Free ball goes to Boskovic to try and keep her out the attack. It does keep her out the attack, and it gets them a chance in transition. Sloches again. Twice scored in the 30s in this competition. She might need there to go again today if the Netherlands want to be competing for gold. She's high, she's hitting good angles, and she's just smooth. Second time out from Serbia. They're feeling the heat. Too many errors potentially from both sides so far. Netherlands 8, Serbia 7. 2 blocks from Serbia, 1 ace each. There's really not much in this. Serve from Dijkma, back on Busha. She is getting absolutely everything. And the problem that you've got with that is Boskovic is raining down some more agony for the Dutch, but she's also finding rhythm, Busha, and that's danger for the Netherlands. Slide, first set point save. Sharp angles. Boskovic is not playing defense on that. They need 2 more here though to send this to overtime. Short on Busha yet again. Ognjenovic tries that little engagement set off one knee, but this time doesn't find Rasic. Chance on the counter, but the block is good from the boss, and Serbia take the first set of this semi-final. Boskovic hangs out on the left side this time to do a job on Sloches, and she does a great job. Sloches had gone off the outside hand twice before of Busha in that position. So Terzic says, hey, Boskovic, you hang out there and you do some blocking for the team. And she's gone straight for Sloches and done it. Great start to this game. But the Netherlands haven't played badly at all. There's a lot of room left for improvements, but we have a lot of time left in this game too. Set statistics from set number 1 of the semi-final of this World Championship. There you have it, more attacks from the Netherlands, but more blocks from Serbia. And when you're looking at a game as close as this one, that column is so key. That matched with the errors has been the difference. And their serving has been slightly better than the Netherlands as well, where the Netherlands have just missed a few early on. It's a game of fine margins. 3 or 4 serves, I think, the Netherlands have missed. The Netherlands, they need to keep believing. Another interesting thing to think about is that the hall here in Yokohama is quite warm. So when you're float serving, potentially it makes just a little bit of difference to the ball. Yes, it'll move more, but it might just carry out to the back a little bit more as well. Dijkma, Bush, Lohus, Slochez, Bolkestein, Nip, and Bellin start again. Busha, Velkovic, Ognjenovic, Mihailovic, Brasic, Boskovic in for Serbia. Same tactic, they go after Busha again, and it's just fiddled off the body. The thumb going down around the left side of the ball, wrist away action. And if you're going to take on a blocker when there's 3 in, you take on the one who has to move the longest distance. It's tougher for them to get the finished article pressing in the face of the spiker. There's an injury problem off that wrist or finger of Bush. Nip does a delightful job to take the pressure off of the slightly injured Bush, to take the pass 3 in the block yet again. Defensive coverage from Bolkestein, really strong. Back to 2, and Bush can't be that badly hurt. Slochez again, it's a great shot of her, working off the body. Popovic does a great job staying still. Mihailovic attacking the seams left in the block, but Bolkestein are just sitting in the middle of those gaps. It's exactly what they're trying to do. Fill the gaps with bodies. If Serbia hit them, they're going to be in the way. Slochez high off the block. Chance in transition for Serbia. Mihailovic getting more ball, but she's getting shut down. Popovic! And then there's a bump cutty from Mihailovic, but back on the counter. The Netherlands and Serbia are fighting frantically for every single point. When using the middle early on in the set, it just holds Rasic. She's going to have to stay with her opposite number, and she can't cheat blocking to the wings. It's the same now for the Netherlands. The more that both setters use the middle, the more splits on the outside they're going to get so they can hit the seams. Bolkestein out of system. Slochez does really well just to hammer high and hard. But it's too easy for Serbia, because even when they're out of system, the physicality that they possess on the wings is crazy. They don't play in system a whole heap of time. They don't need to. They're just too physical. Bolkestein really struggling tracking the ball in reception. They go back to Dusha, who's having one of her finer games this evening. Slochez, they know her. Popovic with an absolute worldie of a defense, but one-on-one. That's a monster block from Elena Rasic. It's not the first one either. She waits and she watches. She steps back in and goes late on Bush. Penetration, but it's all in the eyes. She's watching the game. She's watching the setter, then the hitter. Boom, monster block. Slochez once again being set out of system. The pass landsliding away from the Netherlands. It's going very, very quickly, this set, in the direction of Serbia. Three in the block again. Chance to go back to Sloches. She fires high and deep. That's a far better swing. You can just see that Serbia are working Bolkestein. She's on the front court, taking her out the attack and trying to get as many blockers on an out of system Sloches as possible. Exactly the same from the Netherlands. Front court receiver Busha targeted. There's no block because she's running in. Busha does a grand job just to get her hands up in the air. Off the body again. The recovery is not there from the Netherlands. Busha having a fine game for someone who's being put under the lion's share of the pressure. Flirting elegantly with the baseline. Sloches, who's been, well, the best server of this competition with that fast float serve. Oh! Yeah, face shot on Mihailovic, and she's knocked to the floor. Maybe that's just going to lift the Netherlands. Wider set on the slide. It's that avenue that becomes open. Mihailovic hasn't got her hands where she can see them, so she just takes it on the face instead. That's one way to stop her. Just make her concussed. This time out of system, Serbia. Boskovic, that one just travels across her a little bit too much. So it means that she can't bring her arm through the ball as well. So then the ball goes out the back. Busha passing tight. Hello, Netherlands. After a slow start, 5-2 down, 7-7. Backed up with an ace, but she's not very sorry, Bolkestein Ruthaus. You can understand why. It's the semi-final of the FIVB World Championship. Technical timeout for the first time. The Netherlands
center forward,
lead.
same thing we had last game. Zone 2 blocker, just the inner reach.
Great run for the Netherlands. We knew that already, but the passing of Serbia letting them down slightly. The fans having a great time because in women's volleyball, the best of a seventh in this competition. Silver medal in the European Championships in 2017. A 5th in the VNL this year. There is a point for Serbia. And the Netherlands lost to the USA at Rio 2016. Black started that game, Robin Bacrow started that game. 2 non-starters, Black has already played off the bench. Looking for a touch, desperate times here. Looks like they've got it from Patty Rolf. Whether there's a challenge from Serbia, we'll have to wait and see. It's a great avenue through. The outside hand. Did you see one? Did you not see one?
No problem.
Very much together, the Netherlands. Hawkeye. No touch. Great challenge. Point goes to Serbia. They take the lead in this second set. Stadium, capacity of 12,000 people starting to just fill up. Very nice atmosphere growing with it as well. Back to the outside, Mihailovic, and that's just smooth. Hitting up on the ball, deep. It's not about hitting steep in this game. It's about staying high and deep. No digging that. No blocking it either. Mihailovic, very nice. The simple things being done delightfully well. Almost. And back to that 4th place at the Olympics at Rio 2016. Judith Peterson started as well, who's not playing anymore. Berlin, as Nicole Koolhaus comes in, was magnificent against the USA, coming off the bench in the middle. Bouchard having missed a serve, now the pass out of system. Boskovic. She's killed before this game 56% of her spikes. But it'd be interesting to know how many come from these situations when the ball is out of system. She's having to track it from behind her, which is not easy, and she still finds the floor. Absolute class. Straight passing, Deitmer goes sneaky. We've seen that one before. It's almost like throws it off the midline. However she does it, doesn't matter. Rasic, too slow. Oh, it's on the back set. Easier to see from that angle. Rasic is waiting for the quick set behind. Rasic goes a little bit cleaner. Wide setting to the middle, finding the gaps. Something that the Netherlands also worked on in training yesterday was trying to track that one and get their hands in front of it. It's not an easy thing. Cover is good from the Netherlands. They fight for absolutely everything out there. Boskovic staying high. Nip just covering through position 6. Slochez! Sorry, not Slochez, out on the right side. Here's Anna Bush. Slochez was out at 4. Mihailovic dropping into the angle very late, but not managing to press into the middle of the court. Good setting. Ognjenovic is celebrating because she's made the ball travel. 6 meters, long distances at quick speeds mean the middle blockers can't get out to the wings. drifting blocks from Koolhaas is because she's got too far to travel with not enough time. Volkerstein loves wrapping angle. She's been stopped from the boss. It's being overturned. Net touch maybe against Boskovic, potentially off the inside hand, blocking. Koolhaas goes on that wider set. Net touch on the way down. Lifeline for the Netherlands, they're back to 1. Rasic, again, another one. Whether it's on the wider set she hits to 1 or the close set that she snaps to 5, she's difficult to track. To get the hands on that from the middle blocker, you have to be so quick. Your vision has to be so good. Interesting to see Serbia trying to serve with power. Double substitution again, keeping 3 on the front and the backcourt center. And at the training sessions yesterday, China came out for a good 20 minutes and just served balls at the beginning of their session. Bongarets flies high out the back. Serves on the spin. Terzic, a man that shows his emotions. The angry emoji. Busha served inside. Boskovic planning an angle. Will can it all day long. Technical timeout. Boskovic is just a different sort. Whether she hits through, or whether it's wrist away, whether she opens up well and hits angle. They can serve Busha as much as they like, but that's colossal. Teams are trading. 2-point game though. Boskovic just seems to give Serbia the outlet they need when they need it the most. Nip passing perfectly into position 3. Block out. Ognjenovic slightly frustrated. Just facing outside of the court. High balls to the outside, should be 2 in the block, but it's a great decision from Mihailovic. She's swinging so high. Hugs from the boss because Black is big in the block as well. So she has to go high. If you try and hit down, it's playing straight in to Black's strengths as well. High plays. Once again, more frustration for the Netherlands. They're 2 behind, but it could be 3 here. Great defense from Bush. Second chance, back to Mihailovic. She's getting set a lot of balls, and she's just showing how versatile she is out there today. And it's a change of speed in the arm. In the previous set, she had a fast arm, and then she just loosened her wrist to tip it. There, it's slower. She guides it over the top of 3. It's not the boss, it's Mihailovic doing the damage.
Talking about 9 over here now. We're not going to overplay this, but she is tipping and throwing a lot of balls right in here. We're going head up. Zone 1, just be on alert, make sure we're ready for it, make sure we're seeing it. And right now's the time. Just get one set up and go back to work. Let's go.
To je Alma, preuzimamo, ako nije, neće biti brzo, ne boj. Stani ti naspred prednjaka.
And the split that Serbia have, so difficult to play against. Boskovic on one flank, Mihailovic on the other, and Mihailovic is having one of the better games that we've seen throughout this competition. Plak from the right side can only just really continue the ball to Boskovic. And it's not easy for Boskovic to play defense and then gain an approach to still get her feet back pointing angle so she can hit off the body. That's why she loses height, but she's big. She still finds the floor. Fast plays. That's how they're going to get back into this. Fast passing, fast setting, opens up the gaps, the splits and the seams. Busha, again to the right side. Mihailovic just rips to the line. She has been on fire this second set, and that is a crucial crushing blow to the Netherlands. It's going to challenge, but it looks as if it was in. Hoping, praying, the Netherlands hit. Hawkeye, as you can see in the previous replay. Reverse substitution. Maybe, just maybe, Morrison might be thinking of bringing Plak back onto the wing. Played opposite throughout this set, but against the USA she did a fine job, and when they are out of system, just like Serbia, it gives them strength on both wings, and it might just open the net up more. Oh, traffic jam. Bush going off the middle blocker. Popovic hasn't done much wrong today, has she? Full stretch, just sitting, waiting, reacting. Busa claiming that one. That's two in a row from the Netherlands. Potentially timeout from Serbia. No, challenge. Spatchy, paintbrushy swing through the middle. This time last set, they had one reversed. Not this time. No way. Two behind. The Netherlands just keep going. Overpassing, they put this away. Koolhaas, aggressive, and that could be a game changer right here. Busa starting to fold here with the pass. Koolhaas stays calm, but also aggressive to the sideline. Classy plays. Timeout Serbia.
Always long, close line. Not go in the middle, because she's going here. In the middle there, Go. Let's go.
pure concentration. Serve is the call from Morrison, and it's the serving that's got them right back in here. Chance in transition, but the ball is way out of sync. Slocez just has to roll high to get her feet back inside the ball. Back to Boskovic on the outside. The ball gets caught on the inside arm, so she loses her height. She can't convert. And finally, Slocez does convert. What a run from the Netherlands. We are back to all square here in Yokohama. When the ball is put into the front court, Dijkma plays with great speed and good accuracy with the sets. Busha once again faltering, showing some vulnerability. Nip just stepping round, absorbing that one. Augustine just tries to throw that one over. And as soon as the ball is played without pressure, Serbia will punish you. Mihailovic too high. And hitting two good angles away from Koolhaas and Bolkestein. Mihailovic serving straight down the line. It's perfect from Bolkestein. Under pressure, the captain. That might all be about Slocez's hit, but it's really not. Bolkestein with a lot of pressure on her shoulders. He just opened up the offense with that pass. Slocez will do the rest, that's for sure. And now the service pressure. Busha once again showing insecurity with the touch. Koolhaas this time, flat, fast, pacey. The knee of Rasic doesn't keep that one alive. Substitution, Busha out. And who do they call on? Well, of course, they go straight to Tijana Milicevic. She's played in the Olympic final. It doesn't matter! An absolute ripper. No one saying sorry from the Netherlands. The aim is to serve tough, as close to the net band as possible, and sometimes you just get lucky. That's a game changer, and it's all because of the serving from the Netherlands.
Come on, you'll be over there. Make sure again, left hand on the ball. Right, you're going to come up and dig this ball. Make sure you're in here. Allow, you're right here.
Morrison talking about not over-revving. What a run from the Netherlands. 2 behind. 3 behind. Now it's a completely different game.
Let's go.
The dynamic has changed due to the service pressure from Nicole Koolhaas and Anne Briesch. And this is where Serbia can falter. Seriously. They're used to playing out of system. Ognjenovic is a great out of system setter. She has to be. Busha back in for Milicevic. Surprising, Terzic did not wait to lose another point before making that substitution. Maybe Busha gives a bit more of an outlet to the outside. They don't even go to it, they go to Boskovic. And they're so out of system, it's just a chip. To the outside they go, the Netherlands. Block out, everything going the way of the team in orange. Drifting blocks. Slocez whips off the left hand. It's a great decision to attack the inside hand of Rasic. Serving now after a great run, but for the second set. Block is in, the cover is strong. What a performance from the Netherlands here so far. Boskovic finds a way through. Boskovic is strong, but she's currently out of the game because of the service pressure from the Netherlands. Second set point. They need to pass well. The ball's not in a bad place. No surprises, it goes straight to Lonika Slocez, but she's shut down. Mihailovic through the pipe, maybe too safe. No, the reaction from Dijkma is strong. Now Bolkestein just has to get tipping the ball through the block, but there's no chance. Back to Boskovic. They just don't know when they're beaten. What a set this is. Timeout from Morrison. Boskovic heating up again on the right side. Mihailovic through the middle.
Because doing line, she's not doing. She's trying now when we touch block and go, then she's trying to go here inside. So in this situation, transition, you block this ball and you can stay on the side.
Let's get a pass right here. Let's go.
The pressure on both teams will be telling throughout this period. At times, the Netherlands have struggled to side out on set point against the USA. They had 6 in the first set, and they lost every single one of them. But this time, they take it the third time of asking. The pass was good. It was a great timeout from Morrison. They pass better, they run the middle. But it's a challenge. Maybe we all should not get as excited just yet. The Netherlands are short. We go again. The ball is out. You would not have thought that. 3 save. We're back to 24 all. Under pressure, the Netherlands are cracking here. Credit to Rasic using all of her experience. Bogusina sides out to the line. Set point number 4 coming our way. Deitmer, great width, great speed. That's where she likes the ball, Bogusina. It comes across her, she can see one way or the other, and she can turn it wherever she likes. 4th set point for the Netherlands. Back to Boucher on the inside. Veljkovic is shut down. Here's your chance, Netherlands, in transition. Ognjenovic just plucks it out of nowhere. Bogusina goes off the block, but the cover is insane. Another chance for Serbia. They have a free ball. Boskovic does not need asking again. She's the boss for a reason. And every time the Netherlands want to score, they have to apply so much pressure to keep Boskovic out the game. Steep, powerful, aggressive stuff from the boss. What a turnaround! Veljkovic, great footwork, good speed, good vision. Deitmer out of system. So much time to get across and seal it. This game is turning around. Can you believe it? Serbia have just dug their heels in. That was the call, but once again out of system. Bolkestein sides up. 1 save from the Netherlands. Bolkestein doesn't like hitting out of system, but there she does a fine job. Once again over the left side. Can't track the ball back. Under pressure, Bolkestein Brookhouse has just fired an absolute lethal blow. Cannot go back with the ball. Arms are swinging everywhere. Set point 5 for the Netherlands. Boucher does get the ball into an okay area. Boskovic, what a dig from slow chase. Second time for Boskovic, can only find the net. The Netherlands have held it together. 5 set points, Serbia. They fought so hard to stay in the game. But the Netherlands hold on for dear life in dramatic fashion to take it by 2. we have a game on our hands. Mihailovic was strong at the start. Boskovic too. The serving of the Netherlands got them out of a pickle. 1-1. Let's look at some highlights. There's going to be a few. Well, some stats from set number 2, the main ones, the top ones, but the aces, huge. It turned the set around in an instant. They were trailing the whole way through. More errors from Serbia too, but really after a strong start with Mihailovic and Boskovic, Koolhaas came on, served 2 aces. After hand, Bish serving strongly as well, and Bolkestein, Rothaus at the end. The bullying of Busha has really paid off it. It really has. Boskovic has been silenced for the time being. She starts again, of course she starts again. Boskovic, Rasic, Mihailovic, Ognjenovic, Veljkovic and Busha, same team for the Netherlands. Koolhaas starts, Vevlohus. Apart from that, it's the same for them as well. Bolkestein, Slotjes, Bish, Dijkma and Bellion. Set 3 underway. Can it be as entertaining as set 2? Let's have a look. Bolkestein wondering what's happening. Dijkma having a little look around as well for a double touch. That was what the call was for. Pass is much better. Using the middle early on. Koolhaas can't find the floor though. Mihailovic shut down from Koolhaas. And from Breach as well. This is a different Mihailovic already. She doesn't quite get the approach she needs, but she's starting to try and hit a lot steeper, and it's right into the hands of Koolhaas. When she was playing well, she was much higher. There you go, that sort of swing there. Back again to the outside, Bolkestein, who's having a wonderful game out there at the moment. She really is. She is pumped and having a wonderful time. Drifting blocks the left-hander, loves working back to the cross-court or choosing whether she goes early or late. That's more like it. High play, back to Mihailovic. Serbia are playing with simplicity. But they're not as relaxed as the Netherlands. Koolhaas this time. The distance was a lot wider on the set. It means she can't quite get up and finish as strongly. Net passing out of system. They keep the speed for Bolkestein to try and work the blocker's hands. Serbia would have played slower in that situation, but they're bigger, so they try and go over the top. Netherlands can't do that with Bolkestein, but they can go really sharp with Slotjes. It's a great chop back, isn't it? Chopped across the body. Slow step, 2 quick steps. Smooth arm on the chop. Mihailovic out of system. They go high back to her. Misfiring. We see this from Serbia, especially from Mihailovic. Boskovic is still on the back court. They're trying, it's Koolhaas again, who served wonderfully well. It has to go to Boskovic at some time. No, they go to Rasic on the slide. They're keeping Boskovic quiet on the pipe. Rasic staying physical, but when the pass isn't good enough and Boskovic is on the pipe, it'll be hard to find her. Both teams serving so well. Organjanovic now dropping it on the baseline. Happy days. Bush, perfect passing. Bolkestein shut down though. Tries to take it early. Tries to whip it back angle. Boskovic is just waiting. She starts very much inside and then she presses inside too. It's magical blocking. The ball drops inside. There's no chance she's going to the line. Bolkestein the service target. Slotches isn't quite in system, but it doesn't matter. She's underneath it a bit. Towering angles from Slotches. Organjanovic just taken off her feet by that one, through the ball. What a game. What a game. Busha keeps with her, Terzic. We've seen throughout other games that she stumbled in the passing. Passing struggles mean 3 balls for the Netherlands, and they will take points. Rasic releasing on the back set, trying to take the 10 from Slotches on the inside. The pipe is open. Free net. Dijkma, that's a point for you as well. Clever play, Dijkma, Morrison. Everybody knowing that Rasic is keeping an eye on Slotches. Slotches again on the 10 attack. They go to her now. There's 2 on her and she still finds a way through. Rasic is pretty much marking her woman to woman hit. She knows she's watching for it and it's on the inside. The play, it's a great set from Dijkma again. On the inside 10 is to find the gap between the 2 blockers. Magical from Dijkma. Doesn't use that play in system, but out of system goes to Slotches to do the damage. In system stays with the other spikers. Technical timeout. The Netherlands are going from strength to strength. Busha once again passing woes. This is not new for us. We've seen it before in this competition. Morrison absolutely pumped. We said the other day, if Karch Karai, Hugh McCutcheon, Giovanni Guidetti had a child, it would be Jamie Morrison. He's learnt a lot from those fine coaches. He's showing the world right now.
Like this, 5 years and 1 year, because if you see that she's turning. Go, go, let's go!
Staying with Slotches out of system. In system, Dijkma is using every other option. Serbia expect the Netherlands to go the opposite. When the ball's good, Slotches now with the serve. It's a good run from her. The pass is perfect. Rasic is dug though from Nip. He just drifts on the inside. Bolkestein stays high. Busha is getting too many touches of the ball. The body language is a little bit deflated from Busha at the moment. Back through the pipe. Unbelievable. The pipe attack catching Serbia by surprise. 1 point after the technical, Terzic has to take another one. The gap to 1, that's exactly the swing. Organjanovic nowhere near it.
imaju 2 ili 3 napada dok na kraju četvrti ne bude idealan da ne mogu da igraju taj pipe brzi ili krajeve ili šta već. Ajde malo te situacije kada imaju loš prijem, kada imaju kontre, kada da to rešimo na bolji način. Nije samo prvi napad u pitanju. Strpljivije da igram. Ajde.
Twists and turns. Busha once again leaking the ball. It goes to Boskovic. It's a phenomenal swing because Ognjenovic's setter is not getting a lot of help at the moment. But when you've got Boskovic hitting your team out of a fiddle, insane. Passes a little bit wide from Bogshin. There's a wider work from the pipe, but Boskovic is ready for it this time. Trying to make gaps again, the Netherlands on the backcourt attacks, but Boskovic takes a step in. It's a great read from her to close a gap, and it's Rasic that gets the kill block. Mihailovic passes quite straight width from Ognjenovic. Doesn't quite get out high enough for Boskovic, so she tips. And there is a touch off the block by the looks of it. The way the Dutch is celebrating probably tells us that there was a touch off Busha again. Off the left hand of Busha. So many times. Terzic still does not want to use Tijana Milicevic. Busha finding some comfort in that pass though. And look how easy the game is when the pass goes into 2.5 or 3. Rasic can come in and deliver a crushing blow. Every option available. But 1 in 4 or 5 is not good enough from Serbia. It really isn't. Only finds the net. Oh dear. That's one of their finest servers. Busha again passing out of system, so Boskovic is hard to find, it's tight. What a set! Ognjenovic, yes, Boskovic is unbelievable. But the passing here does nothing to help Serbia again. But they can hit their way out of trouble. Position 6 potentially sat too far up the court. Poolhouse jumps in. Veljkovic! This is how Serbia have to play the game. Serving, blocking, and hitting out of system. Because their pass has been poor. And that's maybe being nice. More missed serves though. Yes, Serbia are excellent at hitting out of system, but slightly better, no rhythm, no connection, back to Sloches, fires off the hand, she's going after the outside hand of Busha all day long. Dijkma just on the fade to the floor, gets underneath it. Another opportunity through the pipe. Dijkma again, 2 bits of defense from Laura Dijkma. We are in for an absolute treat here throughout this Final Four. Mihailovic brings it back to 1. The Netherlands are giving Serbia nothing. Absolutely nothing. Mihailovic approaching quite straight, but then working off the body nicely. on it. Can't get behind that one's shoulders. Have to get behind the ball in the pass. Another opportunity. Boskovic goes high. It's exactly how Serbia likes to play. Unstoppable. Fans are singing. The crowd as this starts to grow later into the day, is getting busier. It's the first of 3 games here from the World Championship, with the other semi-final coming next in Japan, playing later on tonight for the 5th and 6th against the USA. High again to slow chase. She's doing what Boskovic is doing and hitting mesmerizing swings out of system. But Boskovic, oh my days. Gana Boskovic. Stop it. It's too good. Crazy angles, out of system, front court and back, Serbia lead.
Naspram je, ruke, ako je...
Like this on the net, now also come back to contact the net. So stop and leave there. She's in the middle, she can defend the ball. And it's coming in the middle. Go, go, go! Let's go! Time when you attack, especially like before, it's time or you jumping in the dust. Right.
Who knows what's coming, because the Netherlands are serving so well. But Serbia just have a way of hitting their way out of Mishki. Service strong, deep to Busha again. She's getting every single ball. She's in rhythm, then she's out of rhythm, and then so much relies on slow chess from the Netherlands here, though. Plays crammed to the left-hand side. It's a great press. The set very tight from Ognjenovic, throwing Mihailovic under the Dutch bus. That's slightly more off the net. Veljkovic fires through the gaps left. They're trying to cover that area, but the setting is so precise. There's not much room to go at, but Veljkovic can find it. Terzic chewing that gum very hard. More out of system plays. Busha sets tight. It's really Serbia. They don't need to pass perfectly. They're so big, but that has to be better than this. An error from Boskovic shows she is not the perfect player. She's not far away.
Let the ball play, let the ball play.
Last set, that one went the way for Koolhaas that she wanted. Dolly drop over the Serbian side with an ace this time. Not so lucky. Good communication, great tracking. Technical timeout. It's 16-15, but it may as well be all square. Nothing in it. Oh, there's a challenge. Of course there is. Terzic loves a good challenge. He's got a smile on his face. Clear as day. Out the back. Advantage.
Get there, Yeah, but in general, unless they really need it, the two-hitter rotations, it's all been staking the ball out there. And all three two-hitter rotations of middles, and all three of those come here. If it gets to
What a game. One thing we know and we can see is that the Netherlands are so confident. Serbia that are rocked here. Same substitution for the Netherlands, keeping a little bit of height in the block on the front court. Slow chase with the serve before she's probably substituted off as well. They're trying to do a job on Boskovic. Doesn't go to Boskovic, it goes to Mihailovic. Out at 2. Stings one down the line, goes across her body into the hitting window, takes nip out. Bongarets has come in for the Netherlands on the back court at position 1. Ace. Mihailovic just has a habit of stepping up when Boskovic isn't firing. It's exactly what they need. Back in system though, Netherlands can run that fast game. Out of system slightly, Busha works off the body. Nippy work in defense from the libero. Someone's hit the net, who is it? Need to stay calm here though. Decision's gone against them. Would need another look at that. Serbia lead by 2. Frustration, well and truly taken out on the ball from Bellion. Great camera angle this one, as we can see Bellion take the slide attack. Bolkesteiner is running on a second, almost like a first tempo through the pipe, trying to take the block away, make them jump with her, and then allow Bellion to hit through. Bellion hits through anyway, no middle blocker with her. Bolkestein into the net this time. They're hanging on in there, aren't they, Serbia? They just don't know when they're beaten. And Ace turned that one around from Mihailovic. That deep one on Anne Bush, been a game changer. Out of system, Plack this time from the right side. Triggers high. Wonderfully well swept from Mihailovic. The block is strong. Second chance this time in transition. The Boskovic. Bolkestein somehow gets her shoulders underneath it. Now the tip is on at the net. Back in transition. Huge plays. Boskovic and Mihailovic firing. They're synchronized again. Off the inside hand. Bellion potentially needs to strengthen in that right hand to stop the ball coming through. 3-point game. Great run from Serbia. Last 6 points. Serbia have won 5.
Tu neku eventualnu kombinaciju. Četvorku ostavite, govorim na idealan prijem. Četvorku ostavite, nemam.
Stats. And more errors from Serbia, but more blocks. 8 blocks to 2 from the Netherlands. Netherlands have had 3 more aces though, so it's just a sign of how the teams play as well. Netherlands, we know Morrison has said in his pre-match that they're going to be gunning the serves. They have. Greece going high. It's a good touch in the block to slow the game down. Chance through Boskovic, really coming through again throughout the stages that Serbia need her the most. Over Ambrish. Slochez back in, Bongaret's out, Dijkma back in. Dijkma still on the front court, so they'd rather use Slochez through the 10 attack, potentially the pipe attack at times as well. Nip puts the ball into the perfect place, but they're stacking the line in defense, and Mihailovic has got a really good touch. 2 in, it's a strong left hand in the block, but it's kept alive from Serbia once again through the inside 10. Mihailovic knows who's hitting the ball, and she adjusts every time. First time she swings the line, second time she's on the angle, and Ognjenovic goes straight to Mihailovic to celebrate, because it's the defense that earns the points. Tomahawk straight up. Wonderful work. To 1 puts pressure on the Netherlands, but they hit their way out of pressure. They really do. It's a great serve to the sideline. Holstein, you have to try and work that ball back into 3 if you can to open up the whole net, but it was fast paced. Greece almost knows that they're blocking angle on her because the ball's dropping inside. Jasper back in. This was a good substitution previously from Morrison. It did the trick. Busha finding rhythm. Setting from Ognjenovic's rash, but although Serbia were walking a very, very tight line, they get away with it. Five-point lead for Serbia. Boskovic, Mihailovic doing bits at the net for Serbia, and now Ognjenovic teams up with Veljkovic. It's a humongous monster block, but it's at such a key time. Strong inside hand, bread and butter from Ognjenovic. Good passing, trying to play quick. They go to Slochez. She's shot down, but the ball is out. 1 save. Second set point for Serbia. Busha the target again, as we've seen throughout the day. Boskovic hammers line. It looks like it's going to be good. Yes, it is. From 15-16 down, Serbia have had a run of 10-3 to cruise through the third. Mihailovic, Boskovic back on fire for Serbia. This game is giving us everything we bargained for. Boskovic hammering angles out of system early on, kept them alive, but when they started serving well, the pass has improved as well. Look at the difference. Blocking, attacking. Mihailovic, Boskovic doing damage to the Netherlands here. They really are. 16-15, the Netherlands they weren't in control, but they were doing a great job. And the serves went up from Serbia at a key time. Post-technical timeout, the serving really did go up a few notches. Starting sixes for set 4. Busha, Boskovic, Janjenovic, Mihailovic, Brasic, Boskovic. For the Netherlands, Bellion, Dijkma, Briesch, Koolhaas, Sloches, Bolkestein. So it's the same as the previous set. But you would really feel as if Netherlands need to get off to a good start again, but they also just need to believe in themselves throughout times of adversity. Serbia have just stuck to their philosophy of playing higher and more physical. Pass is really strong. Velčkovic gets in on the action. Good reactions from the Netherlands after the pass leaking too straight, and they have to be careful here. And you might feel that at that technical timeout, leading 16-15, that was the real chance for the Netherlands to take a big stronghold on this game. Serbia will just feel more confident and they're really beating their serves. Tipping away is Sloches. The decision has gone against him. Boskovic says no way, the ball is out. Sloches is sure the ball's in. Boskovic has the best view in the whole of Japan for that one. Hawkeye, out. It looked as if it was out. Boskovic had her eyes right over the top. Service is strong again, but Bolkestein off the head of Boskovic. Not for the first time in this competition that Boskovic has taken a blow to the head. Doesn't really disrupt her. That's what happens when you play that wider set. Really opens up the attack to channel the spike to position 1. Out of system, it's high, Sloches. With the ball caught inside, her arm comes through inside, misses another golden chance. They're going for it here, Serbia. They really are. From the baseline, trailing are the Netherlands, and their special weapon, Nicole Koolhaas, from the service line is serving straight to Brewster again. She knows it's coming. Boskovic can't find the floor from there, almost can. And Dijkma will potentially be frustrated with that defense, because really, Boskovic hitting softly, off speed, you want to make digs on that. Mihailovic, who's serving in the previous set, really did turn it round. Volkestein with good passing, Slochez in system, can only find the defense of Ognjenovic. Boskovic. Someone put a blanket on her, she's on fire. Incredible. 3 in, she knows the avenue to attack is between the middle blocker and Slochez. Slochez has the longest distance to try and get in there. She attacks angle, she's successful. Timeout Netherlands.
Teraz da se kreće da, ako ne prostor, 1000 puta smo rekli, ajde, nema ništa.
Balls, almost 3 points at this level. Mihailovic just protecting position 1. Yes, it's tight, but still a great position for Ognjenovic. Mrasic has a choice of angles, and she knows that 5 really open to her. Another missed serve. Is this game slipping away from the Netherlands here? Can Morrison orchestrate some tactical genius to get back into this? Mihailovic goes to 1. Serbia are playing so well, so well. Technical timeout. Boskovic, Mihailovic again, but Rasic is on the money too. Ognjenovic is just pulling the strings. When the pass is good, Rasic takes blockers away. And then the rest can play with just 1 blocker or so. Keep the ball out of 6 in the pipe. You have a very good chance of scoring. Serbia, a 5th in the VNL. Netherlands and Serbia actually tied in that final 6. They took a bronze here in Japan in 2006. But today could be their chance to go to the final for the first time. But Slochez comes back into the offense through the pipe. Hitting off the body there is essential because Veljkovic has taken a step to take angles away from her. Hitting off the body, it's not the easiest thing to do. Wrist away. Boucher. Maybe that's how the Netherlands get back into it. Boucher under pressure. They can make digs when Serbia are out of system. Smuggled through Boskovic. Okay, game on. Boucher targeted again in the pass. Slochez, miraculous defense. Look at that, it's unbelievable from the opposite to just get the right hand underneath it and put it perfectly in. Boucher stumbling in the pass. Boskovic out the back. It's back on, isn't it? It really is. A couple of moments ago, it looked as if Serbia had 1 foot in the final. Challenge from Terzic. as stands start to become fuller. This game of just humongous importance grows closer to a finalist for a World Championships. Was there a touch? It doesn't look like it. Too high. Great run of serves from the Netherlands. Brilliant Buescher again. Buescher's situated on the left-hand side of this passing unit, taking anything angle. Out of system again, there's no middle, so there should be two in the block. There is two in the block, and Dijkma has seen it from Boskovic so early. And Slotjes scores again. Morrison almost invading the Dutch court with celebration that time. Great watch from Dijkma. She's sitting, playing off-block cover. She's waiting for the tip on Boskovic. She sees it so well. Great run from Bolkestein. Buescher again hates this rotation, doesn't she? She doesn't get set. Mihailovic with the error. Leaking points everywhere. And it starts with the pass. Terzic just lets Buescher hang this out. But Buescher's pass is the difference here. The Netherlands really can put her under pressure. Again, it's just a prod of the arms at it. Ognjenovic has to fire the ball from 3 meters off the net to try and find the middle. Chance to the outside. Good recovery from Popovic, but once again they're out of system. Boskovic has to hit them way out of the fiddle. What a game. Some rally. They get away with it, Serbia. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're getting away with situations. It's not incredible volleyball, but it's powerful all the same. Buescher makes the point that she desperately needed to get off of that rotation. Boskovic tries to go off the body from being remarkably straight on. Misses the sideline again. Smiles from the Netherlands as they really start to believe in themselves. The same team that were 5 or 6 down just a moment ago are pushing back. Although it's risk versus reward for the Netherlands and their serving, they really know that they have Buescher under pressure, so to lose a couple would be a problem. Slotjes stays high, but staying deep is Buescher. It's great defense. The 6 players staying deep for the touch. But when it comes to Serbia, it's exactly the same from the Netherlands. Bolkestein staying deep, looking for this touch off the block to sweep up. But that's too good from Boskovic. She's too high. Far too high. Bolkestein with a perfect pass. Quite mesmerizing defense from Boskovic. Someone so big, being so good in defense, but Dijkma gets tricky again. The right hand just staying super relaxed but firm. Free balls though, at this level, are punished. That's good from Dijkma. It's going to keep the blockers watching. Mihailovic was frustrated. She didn't see that. They would have done work on that, Serbia, because Dijkma loves going over on 2. Nip. Harm. Goes to the outside. And Grish is aggressive. Through the block. Fast plays mean that blockers' hands will be drifting a little bit more, and you can fire off of them. Good passing from Serbia. They should side out. Mihailovic is a threat through there, but once again, they're working so hard, the Netherlands. They are really grafting, and they are getting rewarded. The middle blockers are working so hard to get out and get 2 in the block. And it's allowing the Netherlands to get digs and slow chase to fire through the opposite and score.
Znači nije sporan prvi napad, ništa nije sporan prvi napad. Radili smo, udarili jako, uhvatili su odbrojko. Sve posle toga što su napali. Da li preko Maje ili preko Brankice, ruke su pola metra u terenu naše.
They were dead and buried earlier on
Samo to.
in this set. But they've upped the serving and they have thrown everything at this. Sure, the Netherlands that kept that alive. Morrison goes straight for the challenge on Patty Rolf. Straight for it. This is massive. Absolutely massive. The Netherlands are on a roll here. It's so close. The Netherlands are sure that's been kept up. Hawkeye is saying, look, the ball hit the floor. The Netherlands can see on the screen that they think the ball was kept alive. The argument would be is that maybe 3/4 of the ball is kept. And that's what the first referee is suggesting, is that there's a portion of the ball, just a small portion of the ball, that hit the floor. And that's all it needs. It's very close. It's a game of very fine margins. They have to stay focused, the Netherlands. They really do. Stay calm, stay focused, and keep fighting. And that's what they can't afford. One decision goes against them. And they cannot afford to lose a run of points. It's a good serve from Veljkovic. It's moving, it's dipping. It's difficult for Bolkestein to scoop underneath it. Serbia back in control, and it's getting a slightly erratic again from the Netherlands, and it just can't happen like this. It really can't. Now they're looking for a touch, and they're getting quite desperate to the referee. This should provide a slightly better view for us to see if there was a touch. Absolutely not from Ognjenovic. They have to stay psychologically strong here, the Netherlands. Better from Slotjes, but Busha now, the pressure's off of her because they've got a 2-point lead yet again. Dijkma stepping in. And then there's a block from Mihailovic, and look what it means to them. She's towering, she's tall, she's dynamite, let's be honest. One-on-one, drops into the angle, the inside hand, really late, gives it to the Netherlands and then takes it away with the inside hand. Has to be lessons for the Netherlands here. One decision they feel goes against them, they then lose 3 in a row. It can't be a 4th. It really can't. Back, and it's not. And Riesch gets one back. We said, didn't we, they're a team of battlers. They just persist. They will do it again. This game far from over. Busha the targets. 2 in the block. If you just look at Busha every single time that they side out and she doesn't have to pass again, she's so happy. 16-13, technical timeout. Everything has been about Boskovic coming into this game. But Mihailovic has been delightful here. She really has. That Hawkeye decision has affected the psyche of the Netherlands, that's for sure. Well, maybe not now, but for 3 points after, they couldn't side out. That's a big, big moment of the game. That decision that just has turned it back towards Serbia. Whether the ball was kept off the floor or whether there was a percentage on the floor, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the reaction. And it's the same. Bolkestein sat down by Boskovic. The 4-point lead open again. Boskovic just dropping in. She doesn't even need to. She just needs to stay aggressive with the inside hand. It's another serve. They're really piling it on fast, aren't they, Serbia? They're trying to unsettle the Netherlands every way they can, speeding up the game, even behind the service line. Slotchev gets one back. Busha sets off the net, but Mihailovic! What an incredible game Mihailovic is really having. From the left side or the right side, it doesn't really matter. Too high, deep, accurate swings doing damage. The Netherlands really having to fight for momentum and confidence throughout the latter stages. Boskovic with a rare, ropey swing. Up against probably their weakest passer in Busha, who's had a good game. But this is their chance. Slotchev's needing a fine run here. In system, it's great passing from Busha, but it's a leap swing in the middle. The ball travels across the middle. Too much, helped on its way out of the sideline. You just can't believe what you see here. Pressure in abundance coming into the game from every different avenue. Serving, passing, spiking.
Idealan prijem. Raša skače na tebe, dalje od mreže, Lapidunu. Nije idealan. Raša skače blizu mreže, opet ide prsa njoj. A ne polovica.
timeout, rightfully so. Slocez needs to be stopped here. Busa passing from the left side. The biggest celebration was from Busa. She knows how much that means. She's the target. Rasic, great work in the middle. Finds the gap between the two blockers with that set and the spike. Slocez hitting off the body. Mihailovic in defense too. Has made some epic digs this afternoon. Back to Mihailovic, tipping away. Nick gets underneath it. No challenge this time. Slocez stopped in the block. Chance in the counter, it's too high from Dijkma. It's the first time that we've seen her get sloppy with that second touch ball. Dijkma again needs to speed the game up here to put Serbia under pressure. She tries to, but Serbia just don't give in. They know that they can see the finish line. Slocez goes high, but Mihailovic, both teams running out of gas here. It's exhausting, and the error creeps in. The point goes to the Netherlands. The ball signaled as out. Any challenge from Serbia? Maybe. What a rally. This from Nip. Outstanding. Hand flat on the floor, keeping the ball alive. Hawkeye getting some pressure as well today. That's missed by a mile. That's almost one wasted. And as we go towards the latter end of this game, you do not want to be wasting your challenges. You really don't. Busa the target once again. Credit to Busa. But blocking! Strong from the Netherlands. They just don't know when they are beaten. Boskovic shut down. Great pictures of arms pressing. Time away from the blocker. Roofed Boskovic. Volgasina serving straight at Busa again. They want to get off this rotation. Busa the first passing at one. Boskovic does find a little bit of joy. She needs it too. Mihailovic has been carrying this ship. The Netherlands have found a way to silence Boskovic for large proportions of this game. Boskovic serving. Slocez off the body. Popovic is so ready for it. Great work from Serbia. It really is, just to sit on the edge of the block and take Slocez. And finally, Serbia open up a 2-point lead. Great blocking, getting 3 in at every opportunity, but credit has to go to Popovic as well. 1-on-1 that time. 3 in earlier in the rally. But Ognjenovic, unbelievable. But also unbelievable, Popovic and the defense against Slocez. It really was. Deep to 5, out to the call, no challenging that one. The boss goes long. Serious pressure, hugs from Dijkma to the second setter, Bongarets. Jasper comes in to serve. The anticipation, very present. The tension is just here in abundance again, out of system. Great swing, but Boskovic makes an outrageous dig, unfortunately for her. Ball is not kept alive. The phenomenal Slocez keeps the Netherlands alive in this fixture and their hopes of a place in the final. Too many going for that. Morrison in the background going crazy. Busa passing slightly off the net Time to Boskovic, and she shines again. Jasper serving straight down the line. It's a great angle of the pass from Busha. She can be very proud of how she's kept going today. Terzic has kept her on the court at crucial times. Slochez, long this time. Serbia are 2 away. Timeout from Morrison. That spiking error could
these guys. Do we get one pass and we side out?
be the end of the Netherlands here.
Make sure we look for that. I think number 9's up here now.
But this
also.
game
So one of those
keeps
two people
giving.
neutral, make a
It
good move on
keeps
that.
giving us the unexpected. It really does.
Ova ide na Koreju i na idealan prijem, jedinačni blok za Koreju.
Service error. That's a great timeout from Morrison. The pressure on Busha, too much. Busha now struggling with the pass. Out of system, Boskovic needs this one, but no, the Netherlands have brought it back to 23 all. Busha missing a serve, leaking a pass. Boskovic cannot hit off the body when the ball is coming from the right-hand side of her. 3 in the block. It works a treat. We might be going to 5 here. Popovic goes to Mihailovic, who's been unbelievable all game long. Free ball. They need to put this away, Serbia. Mihailovic goes for the tip. It looks as if it's hit the floor. Matty Rolf looks at the line judge, who agrees the ball here from Mihailovic. She comes in so quick, takes pace off the arc. Dijkma just out of reach. Match points for a place in the World Championship final. In system from Bolkastina. Slochez goes towards Boskovic. It's good defense from the opposite player. Mihailovic, who's been outstanding, puts Serbia into the final. Heartbreaking 2006 has turned to joy in 2018 for the Olympic silver medalists. They are into their first World Championship final ever. They will be playing for gold. Heartbreak for the Netherlands, and for them, that one decision at 12 all with Hawkeye turned that final set around. Somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. The Netherlands really didn't deserve to lose, but Serbia deserved to win. Mihailovic, in a game that was all about Boskovic, shone throughout. Boskovic was strong in patches. Mihailovic was phenomenal. The Netherlands are into their first ever medal match of a World Championship. Serbia, though, will be playing for gold. Slochez. Tears for the moment, but still a chance to create some magical history tomorrow.